Welcome back to the Webby O'Neill channel. It's Manchester United versus Barnsley in the Carabao Cup. Get involved in today's chat, Reds, with your starting 11, score predictions, all that good stuff in the comments below. And don't forget to smash that like button, please. First of all, Man United Barnsley.
Can Barnsley pull off a shock win at the Theatre of Dreams? That's what everyone is hoping. If you're not a United fan, it's not impossible. It is not impossible. Do I see it? Highly unlikely, in my opinion. But a lot of people out there, right, are hoping for that shock win at the Theatre of Dreams. They'll have a good go. They'll come here and they'll go for it. But I think United will be too strong for them, to be honest.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect Barnsley really to come flying out the traps here. They might try and sit in a more of a defensive shape. Look at countering Manchester United at points in that first half. Hopefully we can get on the score sheet by 2 or 3 goals in the lead. But if we go into that second half and it's like 0-0 or just 1 goal in front, they will start trying to get more adventurous and further forward, Barnsley. That's what I can see happening in the game. But a big talking point for us yesterday on the video was the starting 11. You believe Rashford will start this one, and you believe on the right-hand side, was it Ahmad would start?
Yeah, I believe. What I believe is Erik ten Hag has always talked about wanting to win. And the cup, he talks about the cup all the time. He's won 2 cups and he wants to go for it. I think he will start with a strong side. And to be honest with you, I think United should start with a strong side. Get the game done. That's how I look at it from a United fan's point of view. But I do believe it will be tough at first. I think Barnsley will look at how United start games, whether it's in the first half or in the second half. They seem to start slowly and then get in the stride. So I think they'll work hard, try and stop United, keep them on the halfway line and not try and get caught out with counter-attacking football, because I think that's how United will start off. So they will work hard. But United should be strong enough. Erik ten Hag's going to put a strong side out there, right? And they'll be strong enough to wear these down. Good effort by Barnsley. That's what you want to see. Good cup tie. But at the end of the day, there's no shocks in this game for me.
Yeah, you've got to expect, surely, United. You just touched on how they start games in the first half, second half. They've got to come out right out the traps, all guns blazing kind of way, Manchester United, surely, to put any doubts to bed and try and get an early goal or 2, especially in the first half, because then it'll just kill any confidence or momentum that Barnsley could possibly have.
Yeah, you've got to kill Barnsley's, their positive, the way they're going to approach it. You've got to kill them. You've got to really get at them. But what I do look at this game is Southampton away, preparation was minimal, right? The preparation for this game, the tactics and everything is minimal. The injuries, what have happened to United? There will be a few injuries, a few changes through injuries. So the preparation here for Man United, to be honest with you, that's why I'm saying it's not impossible, okay? Because the preparation really is poor on this one. I'm bringing in a few players because of injuries, and he will put out his strongest side. So I expect Harry Maguire, and Johnny Evans to play. That's what I think. But the preparation is key here. Has United and Erik ten Hag and the coaching staff been able to sort this out with the changes? Will they be good enough, and will they be quick out the blocks, United? It's all ifs.
Yeah, no excuses whatsoever for this game for me. He needs to put out... Yeah, I'd still like to see Garnacho start this one on the left-hand side. Get Anthony some game time as well from the start on the right-hand side. And it'd be good to see as well Anthony and Mazraoui, see what their partnership can be looking like for a possible, return in some Premier League games coming up this season, because they played together roughly about 47 times over at Ajax. Maybe it's something that Anthony needs with some sort of confidence with him in the starting 11, playing with Mazraoui, someone he's been used to form a partnership, and that is something that I'm looking at in this game, to maybe do that with Anthony. Give Ahmad the rest. Let him come back in for the Crystal Palace game on the weekend. Garnacho deserves the start for me. He actually deserves it with his actual performances when he's come off the bench. So give Rashford that bench time. Let him watch a few games of football, a bit of game of football from the sidelines. Casemiro and Agati for me starting that midfield area.
Yeah, when you talk about partnerships, I look at Delos's performance at Southampton. It was unusual. It was a poor first half for Delos. So when you talk about partnerships, that partnership between him and Rashford, because that seems to be the partnership, didn't work really well. whether that was because of Rashford not coming back or he was just overloaded Delot at times. But they've got to work better because Delot can't be exposed like that again. So this is a good game for them to get that partnership going. That's why I believe Erik ten Hag will start Rashford. I do believe Garnacho deserves the start. I think it's a good shout. Bringing Anthony on, give him the game time and that. He needs to work hard. He wants to work hard. He said it himself. But Ahmad, yeah, fine, putting him on the bench. I agree with that. But I don't believe we're going to see the changes everyone thinks are coming because Erik ten Hag wants the cup. And to get the cup, you have to start your strongest side, get the job done, and then bring in the substitutes.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see any sort of partnership between Delot and Rashford that's up to a required standard, to be honest with you. I don't think we'll see anything like it until Luke Shaw comes back. You know, not last season, was it the season before when Rashford did it, 30 goals. The partnership between Shaw and Rashford was very, very good. And that's why, for me, we need Luke Shaw back and fit as soon as possible. Hopefully that can happen on the weekend against Crystal Palace. It'd be great if he can start against Barnsley or get some minutes, to say the least, just so he can get some sort of match fitness, sharpness for the Palace game, which will be a tough game. You're looking at Mazraoui on the right-hand side, Harry Maguire, Johnny Evans. I think that's a good shout to start them two from the start in the game. Maybe make changes later on in the second half and see how we're actually getting on the score, the way the actual game's going. But like I said earlier on, Agati, for me, I'd love to see him start in this game, get some minutes, and then on that 60th minute, around about that mark, bring him off, and then let's get him into that side against Crystal Palace. Casemiro, for me, bring him in as well. Why not? Let's see him a bit further forward. Maybe Bruno Fernandes can come off as well about that 60th minute. Give him a rest as well, because it's not often we see Bruno Fernandes getting took off, being given that rest. But then again, we're seeing that against Brighton.
Well, look,
and we look what happened there.
Look, I look at it this way.
You know,
strong side, Erik ten Hag puts out, get the 2-0. Get 2-0 for half-time, then he can start making the changes. And I am excited about Ugarte, and I think a lot of people are expecting him to start against Barnsley. So let's see Erik ten Hag put Ugarte there, and let's see what the future is. I want to see this player play at Old Trafford, because I do believe he's a good player and he will work in the system correctly. So Ugarte, for me, is the player to watch, and he should be picked. I'll be very surprised, very, very surprised, if he's not in the starting 11. And I've actually got to go. I'm looking at this game and thinking, get the job done, first half, 2-0, all the changes, and then it's just a matter of getting through the game then. So let's get the 2-0, get through, and then get on to the next leg.
Yeah, like I said, Agati and Casemiro in the middle for me, and that's just to give Mainu a rest. I do think he needs a rest, especially after going away in the Euros in the summer, and then it'll be refreshed going into that Palace game. It's like I say, and I keep saying it, it will be a tough game. You only look at the performances we give last season and the actual results against Palace, and that needs to be put right. So that should be our focus on the weekend, but we shouldn't be taking their eye off the ball against Barnsley, because like you say, anything can happen. There's always a chance when a team comes to Old Trafford, and if United take their eye off the ball, you know, we could be into a bit of a difficult night. But I don't expect that. I've got to be honest. I think the players that he has got available and that he can choose from will actually get the job done. And Zirkzee, for me, I did see some criticism of Zirkzee over the weekend. Like, you know, his overall play, his link-up play wasn't really good enough. I know he had a chance late on in the game where I think it was Ramsdale who saved it. It was like point-blank save. But for me, I think he's top quality, Zirkzee. I think his movement, his link-up play is something that I've not seen for a while. I actually do think with Zirkzee, you've got possibilities there as well in dropping Bruno and putting Zirkzee in Bruno's position, because, like I say, his link-up play and then getting onto the end of things, getting into the box to receive crosses or passes through, I do think we've got a top quality player there. And I think for me, starting this game against Barnsley, let's see if he can get on the score sheet, do himself the world of good, bit more confidence going into the Crystal Palace game as well.
I think the criticism of Zirkzee, what I've seen and what you've seen, I think it's unfair. Players just come in, needs time to settle and that. Listen, players don't settle straight away, and they need time to breathe and understand what's going on around them. But I actually thought his link-up play and everything, what he did, Zirkzee, once United got going against Southampton, I thought it was very good. And when you look at it, I thought to myself, this player is going to be a great asset for United. So the criticism is unfair as far as I'm concerned. He's just got here. He's got to get used to what's going on. So for me, Zirkzee starts, and let's hope he gets on the score sheet. Confidence, and if you get that goal, confidence is what it's all about, and then he pushes on. So Zirkzee and Ugarte for me are the two people to look out for.
We talked about partnerships early on in the video, and something I'm going to say now and want to watch, in my opinion, throughout the season is going to be the partnership between Marcus Rashford and Zirkzee. It looks to me already that them two are forming a partnership. You look at a couple of crosses Rashford put in against Liverpool to find Zirkzee. These are things for me, when they talk about what's going on in the training ground, these are the little things that's going on in the training ground behind the scenes with the coaching staff, Erik ten Hag, to form partnerships on the pitch, not just with the left winger and the fullback, the right winger and the fullback, all throughout the team on the day. And I just think with Zirkzee's link-up play that we did see at times as well with Rashford against Southampton, that is something to build on, and that is something that could actually be a good weapon for us going into Premier League games and future games this season. So for me, yeah, it's positive signs there, start of it anyway.
Well, I look at it, the wingers and the centre-forwards at Manchester United haven't had good link-up play for a long time. So, like you say, you've highlighted it there. Hopefully it continues, but that should be worked on, and it looks as though it's been worked on. And Zirkzee, I thought, came looking for the ball. Rashford knew what he was doing, but Ahmad worked well with him as well. And I thought Zirkzee, for me, the criticism, way overboard. But listen, Zirkzee, get on the score sheet. Confidence builder. That's what you need in a centre-forward. So for me, I'm going for 2-0.
Yeah, seems like I've got a couple of top footballers up at the end of that pitch. With Zirkzee, the link-up play. Ahmad as well. I've said previously on many videos about he's got it up here, Ahmad, in terms of a proper footballing brain. And it's going to be good to see some of these younger ones develop as well over the course of the season and the next few years. But yeah, I'm going to end it there. Man United versus Barnsley preview. Might have gone here, there and everywhere on this, but we needed to get everything out that we normally have to say, to be honest with you. Sure. And hopefully we've give yous enough out there, enough to chew on and get involved in the comments as well. I'm going to go with a 3-1 Manchester United win.
3-1, 2-0 me.
2-0 Manchester United. Let us know your score predictions in the comments below. Please hit a like on the video. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll be back straight after the game with a match reaction. So see you again soon. Thank you.
Thank you.